everybody. My name's DM Craig.
I'm Silver.
I'm Dalhis.
And I'm Lucia.
And welcome back to Valaclaci. So,
sorry, that was
last week. Last week, you guys trudged through a river of shit.
Okay,
Killed some rats. Yep, you guys killed some rats during this time. Sheesh, I'm trying to remember. Was that was the last week's the one where did you guys start with the books, or did you guys went and did you guys start with the book reading on that one? Was that last session?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess the whole town. The whole town was.
The past two sessions have basically been the town thing. Like it
was the book thing was done 2 sessions ago.
Okay.
This was literally just the rat hunting and dinner.
Okay, yeah, so you guys went through, Silver and Dalhis went through rat hunting for some silver pieces. They killed some, got some things, but something a little concerning happened to Silver in the middle of it, but we'll get to that later. And jump back out to turning in the money. You guys got paid a decent amount more than you thought you were because you guys made the collector puke and he just wanted you out of the office. You guys got a little bit more money on that than before. Then you guys all met for dinner. Before that, Lucia did you talk to Addie that morning or that session? Was that the conversation you had with Addie about the god of Apollo?
That was 2 ago.
Either way, you talked to him and he didn't know about Apollo and you were confused how you guys were both kind of figuring out what was going on, especially after you read the history of the gods books that you saw. And so you went and kind of meditated on it for a while to kind of get your thoughts together. Lucia got her thoughts together, and then you guys met up at dinner, which Dalhis was able to regale the tale of the sewer hunt. And when he told the tale to Lucia and mentioned the part about Silver's unexpected magic when he was trying to fire ice magic and lightning came out, a spell he does not know, it kind of threw Silver. Had been thrown off pretty much the whole day after that. And he was pretty concerned about it. And Lucia seemed like she picked up on his concern. So is there anything else you guys want to add to it?
Are you secretly Emperor Palpatine?
unlimited power. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I guess I think that's a good wrap up from my end. And we did have some interest around adventuring and looking for artifacts. I think we all went to bed though before we made a decision, so I figured we can wake up and make a decision soon on that, since hopefully Silver will be in a better mood in the morning.
So you guys, all three of you wake up in your whatever order you guys wake up, so you just tell me what you guys are doing from here.
We go down the commons room and I think Silver and I were in a room, correct?
Yeah, so, you two are sharing a room.
I'll probably wake Silver up and let's go eat.
So in that case, we would be in the common room looking for Lucia to make sure we could all get together in the morning and have a discussion about what our plans will be.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucia comes downstairs with all the job postings, and she asks them where they got them.
I immediately just point.
So Silver responds in a borderline almost overly cheerful manner, saying, "Oh, I took those yesterday from the board. That was they were there, we were there, it worked out."
I believe he wanted your opinion.
I did. I feel like looking at the board here, a lot of these seem pretty good. Yesterday, Dalhis insisted on the rat killing, which I can tell you I do not want to pursue again. So,
but we got 5 gold. We're almost rich now.
I know, but we have other options. And personally, I'd rather do a job or get on the road. But I figured we'd talk to you about this.
I like 10, and 10 would be the adventuring to find artifacts or fighting. I can't crack my knuckles as much as I would like to.
Lucia holds up the one for the ruins and says, "Yeah, I'm interested in this one." Dalhis, you said you had a fighting tournament you wanted to participate in?
Yes. It could be 500 gold. That's a lot. We could adventure on that for days. We could buy an elephant if we could find one. Those are big and can carry me.
Silver, what do you think about the tournament?
Personally, I think that he's our best bet at winning if we wanted to try it. I doubt many of the people here, based on the reactions, have ever even seen a Dragonborn, let alone fought one. So, in natural strength, he might be able to take this thing. But at the same time, we're going to run into the situation of we might get identified if he is causing that big of a stir. Because imagine we're traveling of a Dragonborn who won a fighting tournament. They might get onto us at that point.
You worry too much, little one.
Actually, I'm going to go through. Brian, that was very well spoken. Can the other two roll me D20s?
Just straight D20.
Yeah, just a straight D20.
Dalhis rolls a 16.
Lucia
So
gets a 10.
Dalhis was he already knew what was going to happen, but he's pretty jacked up to do this tournament. So he thought he took into account what he said, but it's Dalhis. He's wanting to go through and do the fight. He thinks that's fun. But Lucia's pretty well swayed by Silver's words about how it'd be kind of dangerous. So you guys can go off of that, where Lucia, you feel confident in what Silver just said. It actually kind of brings up he brings up a very valid point.
All right. Lucia says, yeah, I don't think the tournament is such a great idea, but we'll play it by ear. Would you guys like to explore the ruins in the meantime?
Yes. I have a day to wait anyway. I can convince y'all in a day.
I would be okay searching the ruins as well. Although, as I said before, it'll be very hard for you to convince me, Dalhis.
I have a day.
Lucia goes to the job board and returns the other 9 jobs.
Silver's confused as to why she did this.
On the way to, is that Siru? Is his name? Is that how you would say that?
Saru.
Okay.
Sure. No, I'd probably say Sai, because that looks like Cyrus.
Okay,
Saru.
Tyru.
All right. So, do we know how far this is? Where we're going?
You're going to have to go talk to Saru.
Okay, do we know where Siru is?
It's the Deepwater Dungeon, so just give me, all three of you just give me D20s real quick.
Okay.
Another 10.
Dalhis rolls at 17.
Ooh, 19.
Silver
there goes your wasted good roll.
I know, right?
Silver remembers when you guys were traveling with the shit tent yesterday full of rat guts. You remembered seeing the Deepwater Dungeon when you were passing by it, and you weren't exactly sure what was inside, but you just remember seeing it. So you're able to get over there pretty quick to talk to Siru.
Okay.
So you guys come right up to the door of this place, and you see the outside's got the sign that says Deepwater Dungeon, and it looks like it might be a weapon shop based on what you're seeing on the outside of it. You're definitely seeing some things that you're like, oh yeah, this looks like a weapon shop. So where do you guys go from here?
I say let's go in.
So you open up the door and you look around and kind of confused because you thought it was a weapon shop, but there's like a lot of like leather clothings, and there's some whips and some other things. And you're like, I thought this was a weapon shop, but whatever. There's definitely some things for. It looks like kind of like a torture place. You're not sure, but you move on.
This is some strange attire.
Yeah, they must really be fighting some specific enemies. I'm not sure. So
I go, where, Siru, where are you?
And a guy comes from around there's like a corner where the front desk, or not the front desk, but the checkout counter type of thing would be. He comes from around the corner. He kind of opens up a curtain, walks around. He's like, oh, hello. I'm Siru.
Oh, hello, Siru. I turn around, grab the thing from Lucy. I go, this. I go, where is this? Can we help you?
You are here for that adventure. That's so good. Now, you guys are willing to take on this adventure?
I would like more details.
Yeah, I was going to say, Silver's like, well, we recently had an adventure that didn't. Let's just say that the person didn't exactly inform us of all the details, so we're a little bit leery on this one. Can you give us some more?
Oh, yes. There's just there's just this little place that these recently discovered ruins. Now, everybody is going to tell you that this is a dangerous place. I do not think this is dangerous for the likes of people like you. Can you give me all D20s real quick?
Sure.
And we'll do what's a sense motive? What would that be? Is that do we know? Do you remember what we were rolling that as?
Perception?
I don't know if I would say it's perception.
Deception?
No, you guys aren't trying to deceive him. You're trying to see what his true motives are. And I remember having you guys roll some kind of like wisdom or something.
Well, I think that would be perception or insight.
Yeah, it'd have to be perception or insight.
Insight. Thank you. That's the one. Where's insight at?
It's under wisdom.
Wisdom.
Is it still wisdom? Okay, perfect.
So I on my,
so plus your wisdom modifier. So D20 plus wisdom.
So I would have a 24 then, or 23. Okay. I'm sorry.
So okay. I have a special thing in insight. Does that mean I get a different modifier?
That means you're gonna get your wisdom bonus plus. Is that one of the ones that's checked off for you?
Yes.
So that's going to be your wisdom bonus plus 5 as well. So D20 plus wisdom bonus plus 5.
No, it's only 1 point. So it says a 3. I have a 3 next to insight on my character sheet. So would it be plus?
Oh, okay, then plus 3.
Okay,
then.
So
plus 3 plus wisdom modifier.
For the record, I rolled it's with -2 there. I ended up with a 3.
Dalhis rolls a 20. Not a nat 20 though.
Okay, so all right, so
19 to 20 to 3.
Silver's
mine's actually 23 because I didn't add the modifier.
Oh,
yeah. So we got a 20 and a 23 and a 3. Yep. So Silver's like, oh, this sounds pretty good. I think we could go. This guy's telling us it's easy. You two are going. This guy's not telling the truth. He says it's easy, and both of your fucking senses went, oh, no. He sounded like he was trying way too hard to convince you it was easy.
I cross my arms, and I look at him, I go, I don't go, I don't believe you. I go, please explain more on what you mean.
While Dalhis is doing this, Lucia kind of narrows her eyes and makes them look like there's fire in them.
Okay.
Are you trying to intimidate Dalhis?
Yeah.
Or are you just asking questions?
I'm looking. I'm putting. I'm putting menacing. My menacing intimidation.
Do you have intimidate as one of your?
It's not a checked off, but I have +1 in it because I have charisma.
Okay, so you got a +1 for that. I'm gonna give you. You guys can decide who rolls on this one, but you guys are gonna do a D20 +4. Just one of you though.
Go for it, Lucia. I look over and I'm just kind of standing there, just staring at this point.
Wow, you
21.
Guys. Lucia rolls a 21.
Okay, so he he sees Dalhis cross his arms, massive dragon body just bulging with muscle, cross his arms, and he's glaring at him. And then he sees the fire in Lucia's eyes. He sees Dalhis cross his arms, and his big dragonborn muscles are just bulging out of this 500-pound man or whatever you are. I don't remember the actual size of you, but how big are you?
It was like 600.
Sorry, 525.
525 pound of muscle and dragon. And then he looks over and he sees this, like, what were you, 110 pounds?
Yeah.
Short girl with purple hair, and all of a sudden her eyes light up with fire, and he's like, oh shit. He's like, okay, so maybe it's not easy, but there's a lot of really good treasure there, like super good treasure in there. And you know what, I'll even give you a really good deal. I'll let you take whatever you want from the castle that you want, bring it back here, and I'll only take a handful of the items that I really want. You guys can have the rest.
I immediately go, what exactly are you looking for?
There's just some items of a rare nature there that I'm looking to get, and I'm looking to pay handsomely for those items, and you can keep whatever else. There's a total, there's been rumors of just a couple items that are there that I'm really wanting.
I physically relax and I go, what do you mean pay handsomely for? Trying to persuade something out of him.
And he's going to respond something along these lines. You guys can interpret it as him saying this in character, but I'm going to tell you, he's basically trying to tell you, and you believe him, that he's going to pay you a fair market value for these items.
Okay.
Whatever they are.
Okay.
You guys have any more questions for him?
I look.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Where is this? Where are these ruins located?
Very good question. I was hoping one of you guys would ask this. Oh, it's just about I'd say about 2 weeks travel to the west.
2 weeks travel to the west, you say?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks to the west. There's a lake in the way, but it's about 2 weeks. So for player knowledge, not character knowledge, you guys are here.
Wouldn't that be to the east?
I'm sorry, you're right. I apologize. That's my fault.
That's okay.
Basically, he describes to you guys that you would sort of have to take this type of route.
Can you mark it on my map, sir?
You'd have to take this type of route to get there.
And at this point,
if you guys can if you guys want to go through and do the math to find a better route there, but
and my home is to the south, right?
Yeah, and this is Lucia's knowledge. Your home is right around in that area. So just to the south.
And he did mark this on the map, and I'm assuming at this.
No, you guys don't have a map.
We don't have a map.
Right.
None of you have a map. So he just kind of told you the basic, like, hey, if you just head straight east, you'll run into a lake, and if you just follow the lake south, and then just, as you head south, just keep going with the edge of the lake, you'll eventually get there. So basically, he tells you to do this, like go there and then wrap around.
Okay. At this point, I go interesting, and
2,
then
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, 12. So about 2 weeks.
And then it's about a 12-day travel to Lucia's home. Yeah, I think
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 12. So it's about 2 weeks either way.
All right.
And then from her, just so we have this down, from her place north, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about a week travel up to get to her place.
So I go, at least this is somewhat in the right direction based on what I'm hearing. Does anyone have a map in this town? Is my next question to the guy.
Yeah. Can you guys all roll me perceptions? And Michelle, can you actually roll me 2? And it's a perception, so take modifiers into account. And then tell me your rolls.
16.
6 and 23.
Okay. You know what? I'll even be nice on this one. Michelle, which one? Tell me 1 or 2. Just tell me a number 1 or number 2.
2.
Okay, so number 2. And Dalhis rolled a 14. Sorry, I know I was talking over you. So Silver, you remember, and Dalhis, you both remember there's a map. There was a place you saw a guy selling maps down in that market when you guys were running by the job boards and stuff like that. Michelle, you don't remember anything about a map, but you did remember something. You remember that when you were young, they were the people you were with. They're very protective about when you traveled straight north or straight south. They were wary of it. You don't remember the full conversation, because what was the roll again? The high roll, it was a 19.
23.
Yep. So you don't. Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't a nat 20. You remember very distinctly, like, yeah, they were very worried about, like, people. You remember just like when you were really young, people talking about traveling straight north and straight south. For some reason, there was something there so you're very wary about going straight to this place right now. And you remember that your hometown had some knowledge of something north, and you're kind of piecing those two things together. But the other two of you guys remember where the maps were.
Okay. At this point, I go, I look at my companion, like, I think we have enough information. Shall we get to map? We can make a decision elsewhere.
I'd like to ask one more question before we leave though. Why do you want these items? What use are they to you?
Is this any form of check? Like, are you trying to be diplomatic? You're trying to intimidate?
I have no reason. I mean, I'm trying to be diplomatic, like nice, because I have no reason. I haven't. Remember, I was the dumb one who didn't realize he was trying to do that, so I'm not trying to intimidate him or anything.
I was just wanting to make sure that there wasn't anything like that.
No, I mean, it's just a good standard, like, ask, I guess.
Okay. I will say, how does he respond? Roll to see how he responds. He tells you, he's very diplomatic in his response. When he tells you this, he goes, well, I'm a purveyor of specialized wares, and so I'm trying to find some things that have a history of being able to how do I put this? I'm a purveyor of special wares here, as you have been able to see. And I just found some things that make my line of business and things that people might buy from me. There's some items that I have heard rumors about that would make some of my customers just have a little bit more joy, a little bit more pleasure out of their God, I'm trying to find a good word for habits or something like that. Yeah. Well, out of their habits. He's talking about the activities they do afterwards. If you guys really want to get into like rolling to see if you fully because none of you necessarily understood what this place was right off the bat. Right. Just to let you guys know. If you guys really want to try and investigate that, but he's actually pretty persuasive. Like he's just trying to tell you that this is going to help his business and he would pay handsomely for it.
Well, in that case, then this is where I am going to use persuasion.
Lucia, hold on, really quick before you jump into this. Lucia, after the piecing together, sort of like the memory thing, she turns around and just walks out the door.
So it's like Silver clear is like crap. I got to go after it, but before he does, he wants to use persuasion because he's going to try to talk this guy up a little bit for price point. So you're going to use persuasion, saying, "Look, I've had a really, really bad run of the jobs in this town so far, and I got to be honest with you, based on the fact that you said this job could be extra dangerous, could we get a little bit of hazard pay on this one? I feel like if it's especially dangerous, we should be rewarded as such."
Okay. Can you go through and roll a persuasion?
Yep. So that's plus my charisma modifier, of course, which is 3.
Okay.
So D20 plus 3. Okay. Crit fail. So what's a 4?
But it is a critical fail. It was a 1. So
yes,
he kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, don't try and hustle the hustler."
Carry on then.
And no one picks up on the that he's a hustler type thing. I was just that's the vibe he gave. Like, really, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So you feel kind of shameful because you're like, "Hey, so dangerous, right?
Money?
Just a little bit more like gold, right?"
Yeah.
He just looks at you like,
"Get out."
"No, go. You're good. Like, you've got the information. I told you how to get there. Just the all right." And kind of just goes, "Okay, you guys know what's going on. You guys can leave
then I
now."
chase after Lucia, and Dollhouse, I'm sure, comes with.
I'm
Okay.
I follow as well, and so we get out there.
You guys are outside the shop now,
and I'm sure I know I perceived it. I go, "Are you okay, Lucia? You ran out in a hurry."
She asks if can we go to my home before we go to explore these ruins?
I am fine with that since we have to travel west first, but I ask, can we get a map first today? Are we leaving today? I'm assuming we wouldn't lose too much travel.
I would like to leave.
You'd like to leave the town?
Yes.
Can we get a map?
Yes, you can get your map.
Yes, I like maps.
Silver, can you wait while he gets the map?
All right, you want me to wait?
Yes.
All right,
sure.
I'll go find a map. And okay, and like I guess my question is, is it an area of the map, the town, this whole area, kind of what we're seeing on the screen?
Yeah, I would say it's kind of what you're seeing on screen. Obviously, I took off labels so you guys wouldn't see like everything, all my notes and whatnot. Right. But this is basically what it would be. I would say it goes up to Valethorn, So maybe more along these lines. Like, I actually have. I don't know if I have I've got kind of like a country line or like sectionals. I don't know what I want to call them first. Let me see if I have that real quick and I can pop that up.
Don't worry about it. We could like if just having this map, would it have roadways kind of mapped out on it?
Yeah, it's definitely going to have roads.
Okay. I mean, and I'm saying right now, don't worry about it. We can get that once
later.
Yeah. Once you're done, once you've actually drawn it. But like it now at least.
Oh no, I've drawn it. I'm just trying to see if there's one that doesn't have the names on there, but has the like what I'm effectively calling country lines right now. Okay, so just don't read anything on this.
And I guess how much would I pay for this?
Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna quickly put it up there just so you have an idea. Just take a look. In a book, it went to the wrong monitor.
Disappeared.
So it's basically like this area here.
Okay.
That's the map you're getting.
Fair enough.
I wish I had it where it wasn't. I would say, sheesh, how much do maps cost?
There is a scroll. There is a scroll tube. I didn't see anything for maps per se.
Because it's going to be a little bit more expensive than because that took a little bit of time for somebody to go through and.
I did see a case for a mapper skull is 1 gold piece, so I'll probably buy one of those as well.
I would think that a map is going to cost a couple gold.
I would say so too.
At a minimum. I mean, it's going to take a lot of effort to make one, and that's per country section.
I'm gonna go through and say, based on the detail that you're getting on this map, it's going to be 5 gold because it's actually going to be a pretty good. This guy was a pretty good cartographer, basically.
Okay. And can I haggle with him to get a case for it as well for 5 gold?
Yeah. Roll a. I'll say whichever one you want, not intimidation, because that will actually make things worse for this particular
I'm just
map
going to do
maker.
Persuasion.
Yeah, just do a standard persuasion.
D20
roll.
plus 1. Dallas rolls a 13.
You know what? He's gonna throw in a protective cover for this map. In with your purchase.
Okay. And there you go. And then I do that and probably go back.
Okay, I'll go through and over the before we start our next session, I'll try and get an actual just map of this, the map area for you.
Appreciate it.
So Lucia and Silver, you guys were about to have a conversation, I believe.
Yes. So while
Silver doesn't know it, but yes.
So while Dalhis is going to get the map, Lucia says, "Okay, first of all, I want to make sure that we don't participate in this tournament."
Okay, noted.
And she tells him, she's like, "I can't quite remember what it is, but there's something about these ruins that gives me a sinking feeling, and I think I might be able to find out why at my hometown."
Well, I'm glad that you told me that because I didn't get any bad vibes from that shopkeeper at all. so if you're saying that there's danger there and we would be going in ill prepared, that's a bad idea.
Informed Silver that the shopkeeper or that Cyber was kind of full of crap half the time he was talking.
Yeah. So in that case, yeah, that's absolutely fine with me. I don't like to go into situations ill prepared. So if going to your hometown first will make us better prepared for this, I'm in.
All right. I rejoined probably soon after that and said, "Let's go."
I like that we were able to distract Dalhis where he doesn't even remember the tournament at this point. He's just so gung-ho about the other adventure.
Of course. I've always wanted to meet more. I like meeting people. It is fun.
That's right, buddy.
Okay, just close your guys' eyes. Don't look at the screen real quick, because I'm going to open something up, and I'm going to make some modifications so you guys can actually... where'd my pen go? Oh, no, here's my pen.
Craig says we could possibly read this map the way it is anyway.
Yeah.
And snip. Pink.
Enhance.
Okay.
Yeah,
so, everything that's in this... everything that's in here...
I'm not
you
gonna
guys have technically, Burke, you know what's up there. Rah. And I'll actually say that you guys know about Nahi down here, or Michelle, you know about Nahi.
Yeah, I was gonna say Burke can even just make, even if he doesn't have a detailed map, he can make a note that's like, "Oh, my home's over here."
Yeah, so you guys can, so you guys go through and shit. You guys make a little map of this type of area here based on Michelle, you knowing about Nahi down here, and Burke, you obviously know about the Garthabun Spires, the mountain range up there very, very well.
Yep.
So this is now the map that you guys have.
Okay.
And I'll go through and make some modifications to it to where it's an actual,
we get some
thing.
roads.
Sure.
Yay.
So,
okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right.
But we're all together now, though, right?
yeah, you guys are all together.
What time is it?
Awesome.
I don't know. Fairly early in the morning still.
Yeah, you guys are. It's earlier.
Early enough to where we feel okay.
You basically
leaving at
had
this point,
breakfast.
or?
Yeah, you guys had breakfast, and then you guys kind of.
Okay, I didn't know if we needed to waste another day, or something like that.
More rat hunting.
Let's go.
Preferably not.
Okay.
All right, so I guess that means that
We get to use
headed
my
towards.
tent, though. For
We're
what
headed
it's
toward
actually
Lucia's.
purchased for. I'm excited.
So when Dalhis says this, it sparks the memory of him telling Lucia about the night or the rat hunting, and she goes, "Wait, is this the same tent that you used to drag the rats?"
At that point, I grab it out of my bag. I go, here, smell. You can't even smell it.
She walks away to go purchase a new tent.
Oh, no, wait. It's right in her nose. She's got to smell
Oh, no,
it.
I shoved it in your face.
You gotta make a fortitude save.
Let's see it. I swear, if this is the one that she finally rolls the 1 on, I'm going to laugh so hard.
What's a fortitude? I don't have fortitude in my list.
I'm sorry. A Constitution save. That's my fault. Constitution save.
Okay, I don't have any modifier for it, so.
An 8.
So you smell it, and you're pleasantly surprised that based on what you had in your mind, you thought it was just going to be horrible. It's not great, but you feel like just in your head, so you tell if Lucia is one way or the other on this one, but it's not really a terrible smell. So it'll be up to Lucia how if it's terrible enough, but just, player knowledge, and didn't really smell all that bad. It was annoying, but it wasn't terrible.
You're gonna be out. It's only a piece of canvas. Come on, it's not that bad. I did good job cleaning.
She kind of looks, not fully disgusted, but just kind of wary, and doesn't say anything.
I mean, if Lucia is still the type of person to go out and buy another fucking tent because it's just like on principle, that's fine. I just wanted to let you know that you were surprised at actually how much it did not smell.
Ow. So would she buy a new 10? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
All right. So are you guys
I guess
traveling
we're
off then?
I guess we're heading out. We're leaving
the southwest.
Ryer.
Southeast. Sorry. Don't make us roll perception to know where we're going. Like
make you roll survival skills,
Yeah,
survival checks.
Oh,
No, you've got a map, you've got the roads. I'm not going to actually draw out roads for you.
we can read
On this
signs. I'm sure they're
you
marked.
You guys are heading down there. So this is where it's going to start coming into effect more about, I'm not going to be total up on it, but like we'll have to start worrying about more about like the gold spent and whatnot for rations and things like that. Again, this trip I said was going to be fine regardless. It's once you kind of get here, you'll have to start worrying about getting different places with the amount of rations you have. Can you guys pick one of you to roll and then roll a D100?
Dibs. Oh. I said dibs
I was
first.
already typing, but yeah, he went first.
Bring him.
Okay. So I'm going to go with the Dalhis. Dalhis, what'd you roll?
Dalhis rolls a 30.
All right. So as you're traveling, and I'm gonna assume that you guys are doing night shifts and things like that. This is a 2-week travel, basically. I said roughly a little less,
11
like
days.
12 days,
11 or
12
12
days or
yeah.
something like that. So we'll say that you guys, this is through forest, and Lucia knows it well. I told you guys that last time. So Lucia knows the trails very well. She knows the road very well. Once you guys get, like pretty close in here, so I'll say that ended up taking you about 10 days is what the overall travel time is going to be. But one of the nights you guys, you can Brian roll me a D3.
Three.
One of the nights during Lucia's watch, there's some rustling in the bushes. Lucia, can you roll me a perception check?
This went so great last time. This is when we all died.
Okay.
15.
Okay, so in the middle of the night, during your while everybody was sleeping here, you start hearing some rustling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Michelle, you hear some rustling, right? And kind of perk up a little bit, and then you noticed a figure, a behemoth figure sitting over in the corner, coming out of the woods. Again, I have you guys like in a clearing-ish area. There's where there's some trees and stuff around you, but there's a.
What time of night is this, by the way?
Let's just say it's about it's early morning.
Yeah, what? Okay. So I guess we changed the rotation because it was Lucia first watch, then Silver, then me.
Yeah, for some reason you guys decided to switch things up.
Okay.
It happens.
Maybe for this night or maybe other nights. Or I don't know.
She's been going to bed so early while you guys have been drinking that she takes last watch now.
Fair enough.
All right, so I noticed this humongous thing.
Yeah, you notice this big thing coming out, and it immediately sets off your senses of, uh-oh.
How far away is the tent?
So I'll say this. I'll go through and make the blue is going to be the tent, right? So 2 people can sleep in this tent. And so that means that it's going to be a 2-person tent like this.
Okay.
And each person, whatever. I'll do it this because fucking the Dragonborn's huge.
Okay.
There's your tent. Your tent is on a 4x4.
Rude.
It's a 4x4, but for whatever fucking reason, you guys can only sleep 2 in there at a time. So just run with it.
I'm fine with that.
So you guys are in here because, Dalhis is like 7 feet tall, so he takes up these 2 areas, and then, so that's the reason why. That makes more sense.
Plus with stuff and...
Yeah, we're trying to keep all the shit dry if it rains. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you guys have like a small, fire type area about, I'd say about 10 feet away. Does that make sense?
Okay.
A fire about 10 feet away. Lucia, I've got you about here. You're pretty close to the fire. You're hanging out near it. And then the other 2, you guys are in the
tent.
You guys are in the tent. Here's it's wooded area around you. And you hear the rustling. Come on, work with me. There you go.
I've had too much coffee and I've been sitting still for too long.
There you go. There's where the rustling is coming from. So it's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about 30 feet away.
I try to quietly feel around for a small rock or something to throw over at the tent.
Okay. Give me a perception check real quick.
If this is ever a time to roll.
So
wow.
You find
20. Not natural.
You find a rock and you throw it, and it goes through the flap that was just tiny bit opened, and it hits Dalhis right in the forehead.
Oh, what was that?
And it wakes him up. He makes some noises. That wakes Silver up.
Oh, my head.
What?
Something hit me.
Something hit you? We're in a tent. What hit you?
I find it and I feel the rock. I'm like, someone threw a rock at us. Can I lift back the flap and open and look through?
And you don't have night vision, right?
I do not.
You have nothing. Right?
I do.
I have nothing.
Okay, so you 2 pop out. Here's Brian.
Okay.
Brian, you blend in with the woods.
I do.
Here's Burke. Burke, you're always going to be kind of like a brownish orange color.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, so you guys come out here, and Brian, can you roll me perception real quick?
Yep. Wow.
Nat 20. Brian
20,
got a nat
baby.
20 on it. You look over there, and you're like, oh my god, a fucking bear.
I hope it's not an owlbear. Sorry. Okay.
So I just look over and I see a giant ass bear.
You scream it out.
Yeah, you scream it out. Oh my god, it's a fucking bear. And while you see the bear, you also picked up on other rustlings around the bear as well. And then you kind of notice that this bear has what looks like kind of like a makeshift collar.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not have something up.
At that point,
while they were probably doing this, Lucia was gonna probably slowly stand up and get her crossbow ready.
Oh yeah, I would say all of you pretty well went.
At that point, I stand up and do a massive roar from the bottom of my gut, and as I know, the mountains, there are a few bears. I scream and try to intimidate them away.
Okay, can you give me an intimidate check?
Yep.
Oh God.
He's trying to intimidate the bear.
Hey.
He's probably
huge.
equivalent.
Yeah.
I'm 525 pounds. It's thinking. This is not good. It's still thinking.
What, it thinks that long as a 5?
I know, right? Dude, I've never had it wait this long.
If it takes too long, you just reset the page.
I might have to. I'm gonna refresh.
Okay. I'm just doing a test.
Okay, so mine went through, right? To everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
There it is. He rolled.
Dalhis rolls why did it took all my settings out? Yay. Dalhis rolls a 6.
Okay, so you roll a 6. So that roar, it was a pretty good roar, but I think the bear is big enough where he's like, okay, do you want to bring it, bitch, or what's going on here? And so let's everybody roll for initiative.
Fucking A.
Silver rolls a 10.
Dalhis rolls a 15.
Lucia got a 16.
Okay, you guys help me keep track of this because there's going to be a couple more numbers popping in. Oh, that guy's last. So that's a 3 right there. So if you guys can help me out with enemy number.
Do you want to throw them into our Skype so it's not for everybody? I didn't know if you wanted.
Sure. You can be my standard.
I will just not tell everyone how many people we have.
So if you could type down in individual little messages, Burke, the numbers. I guess hold on.
Yeah.
So enemy,
just send me everything. I'll keep it in order.
That's enemy number 2 was that second number.
Okay.
That.
Okay.
All right. So now that we start off, can you send me the order back? Thank you.
Yep, I'm working on it. All right. Well, you know who goes first, so I'll get the rest of them.
The one I just put is the one that goes first, right? Yeah. I had to look back there. You guys trolls. Okay. So you guys go through and right off the bat, old Barry McBarrison charges down in a fit of rage. What's his movement? 40 feet. Oh, yeah, he can definitely make it to Michelle.
Old Smokeys getting real close.
Old Smokey comes right up next to Lucia, and he ends up taking a swipe. I'm going to have to... What's your...
My AC is now 13.
So 14, that hits. Thank you, Burke. 14 hits, and so the bear rears back with his claws, and he takes a swipe right at Lucia, and he ends up doing 5 points of damage. It is now... Lucia, it is your turn now. There is something that I'll let you guys do on this one. You can escape attacks of opportunity if you just take 5-foot steps. So if you're wanting to get out of there, you can't like run away completely. You can literally move from one square away defensively and avoid attack of opportunity. So if you wanted to back up somewhere, Michelle, or if Lucia wants to.
Each square is 5.
Each square is 5.
Got
and
it.
I'm thinking about going to a hexagon map. How do you guys feel about that?
I was wondering if you were going to do that.
I'm
fine with that.
I like
okay
the
with
idea
it.
of the hexagon map, sort of. So I was wanting to talk to you
with
guys
that.
about that later.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, she's gonna take a step back.
Okay, are you going towards Dalhis?
Yes. And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. I'll let you. What is Guiding Bolt like a magic type thing? It's a ranged attack, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's ranged up to 120 feet, so I can reach.
You sure? You sure? You guys are about 10 feet away.
I don't know. It's kind of far.
So yeah, give
120 inches. You're fucked.
give whatever what is it like proficiency plus whatever it's based on, if that's based on wisdom or faith or whatever it's called. So you cast the Guiding Bolt and it kind of Lucia rolls a 7. You cast the Guiding Bolt and it misses and shears off to the side. Dalhis, it is now your turn.
Okay, I run around the bottom side of the fire, come up right next to the south side of the bear.
Okay, so
Yep,
moving
right
to south,
there.
moving to south side of the bear.
Yep.
Let's just say you hurtle over the fire because it's more exciting.
I didn't want Craig to make me roll some
Rolling acrobatics to see if you can.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's plenty. You're good.
Yeah. And I, of course, have my Kama.
Yep.
And I go with a hit.
Okay.
Try to hit that. So let's. Damn you. And the refresh page what was that? D20 plus strength plus proficiency, right?
Yeah, +2 for the proficiency. So that's a +5 overall, isn't it?
6 because I have 4 in strength.
Okay, yep. There we go. Fucking A.
Wow.
So you go through and you crit the
Dalhis rolls
hit.
a 26 and nat 20.
Nat 20. So I'm going to go through and just assume max damage on this hit right here. So what is max damage for?
With that.
Oh, guys, I hate to tell you this, but I think that's not right.
No, it's not. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Not me. Let's roll it again. Yeah.
Oh, and it was not. That was just 20 plus 6.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for catching that. I would not have caught it.
I just noticed that too. I'm remember my page got fucked up.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Dollhouse rolls a 9.
You missed that initial hit right there, but I'm assuming you're probably going to take the bonus action.
Yes. Yeah.
That you get as a monk because you're going to go through and try and headbutt a bear.
D20 plus.
Be D20 plus 6. Oh no. Yeah, you're still proficient with your fists.
Yep.
D20 plus 6. All right, this one's going to hit. So
that's
you'll do 1d4 damage to this bear.
D4. Dollhouse rolls a 2.
Okay. All right. And so now it is Silver's turn.
trying to put out of his mind the events of the other day. He musters up his courage to cast a spell.
Okay.
And has decided that he's going to throw a firebolt this time.
Perfect.
And so I will do that. D20 plus 5. Rolls a 13.
It hits.
Hey, it's my first hit in like 8 sessions. All right.
It might be your first hit ever.
It is. No, it legitimately is. And now I have to find out because I can't remember. It's I think it's 1d8, but I'll double check. It is no, it's firebolt is 1d10 and it's fire damage.
Okay.
Nice. Good job.
Burke the Skype window real quick.
Gotcha. So D10.
Okay. Perfect. That works. That's what I want to know.
A 7.
All right. So you hit this bear for 7 points of damage and
it's fire damage.
Unfortunately though, the bear does not catch on fire.
Nah, I didn't think he would. That would have been too beautiful.
Okay. All right. So now
that feels so good. That is the most damage I've ever done in any game of D&D ever. And that, like, I'm talking years of playing. I've never done. And the funniest thing is when
you were a paladin once and like did no damage, and
I did like max of 3 or 4. That was it.
So,
yay!
Out of the tree line here, you get a figure steps out, a humanoid type figure steps out, and he pulls back his bow and he fires it at the massive Dalhis as it just scared the shit out of him that he went through and was slicing at this bear.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so he hits. So he pulls back his bow and he fires for 1 damage. And then right after that, another one of his buddies pops out here as well, and he's also going to take a shot at Dalhis because everything else is sort of covered. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay. He hits for 3 damage.
Okay.
It is now the bear's turn.
This fucking bear has the highest initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the bear, the bear's he's got a 1-track mind. He's not that smart. He's chasing after Lucia. So he leaves. Nope, he doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, does he? Because he's still within 5 feet of Burke. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, this is why I want hexagons, because I like if it's not touching. I don't like the corner thing. The hexagon thing will be better. So he moves over right into here to attack Lucia. So he swings. It does an 11 hit.
No, my AC is 13.
Okay. And he swings and he misses. So now, Lucia, it is your turn.
Lucia is going to take another step back away from the bear.
Okay.
And
are you heading back like right in front of the tent now above Silver?
Okay. Gonna try guiding bolt again.
Okay, guiding bolt. And what'd you roll?
10.
Okay, so Lucia again fires off the guiding bolt and misses the bear. Dalhis, it is now your turn.
Dalhis ignores the bear, runs over to that guy.
Okay, you're heading over to the easternmost guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's put me on the bottom side of him.
Can you go ahead and roll me a d20 real quick, plus your dex modifier? Because you will be leaving this bear, but he's not an intelligent creature. necessarily.
So I guess would that count as attack of opportunity, even though he's focused on someone else? Because
that's what I'm seeing, just to see if you had enough decks to get out of there. I think by rules, no matter what, you should be taking an attack of opportunity. But I'm taking how focused he is on Lucia.
D20 plus what?
Dex modifier.
Would that be acrobatics, stealth, sleight of, or just the standard?
Are you proficient in any of those?
Acrobatics and stealth.
Okay, I'll give it to you acrobatics that you nimbly jumped out of the way. I'll give you acrobatics, so whatever.
His rolls a 16.
Yeah, so you were able to jump out of the way, and I've lost your color. You're able to jump out of the way. What side of this person you want to go on? Bottom
side. Yeah.
You're able to get over there and attack.
Okay. D20 plus 6. Dallas rolls 15.
Okay, so you're able to go through and hit this humanoid figure. You're looking at him. This dude is an ugly mug once you got up close to him, man.
All right. Hits for 2, and of course I'm going to use my unarmored bonus.
Okay.
All right. And I roll a 19.
Which hits?
I'll roll a 1. Or Dallas hits for another 3. So it's 5 hit points on him.
Okay. All right, Silver, it is your turn.
Okay, so if I'm still standing next to Lucia, can I just take the 1 square step forward there next to the fire?
Right here?
Yeah. Is that an okay thing to do? And then I'm just...
I'm all right with that.
Then I'm gonna cast that spell, but in the direction of the bear to push the bear the fuck back from Lucia, because that was the whole point of me doing this. Is I was trying to make sure that this thing gets away from her.
So you're basically doing this area right here.
Yes. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
So do you need me to read it?
Now that we figured out what we're doing here, on a fail, so he's got to make a Constitution save.
Yep.
So you're hitting the area no matter what. Now we just have to see if he has a Constitution save. And what's it have to beat? It has to beat something on you. It beats what? Your spell modifier plus 10 plus your spell modifier, right?
If that's what it is.
So it's 10 plus your charisma modifier is what I think it is. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. So all my spells are based on charisma. So yeah, it'd have to be.
So that's your spell modifier.
Is 3 plus 3.
Okay. So it'd be a 13. He's got to beat a 13. Lost my rolls page. Where's my rolls page? There it is. So he's going to get a +2 to this. No, he does not escape it. So the bear rolled a 4.
Excellent.
And so that is 2d8.
Yep. Plus knockback.
Plus knockback of 10 feet. So roll the 2d8 for me real quick, Brian.
Hashtag 2d8. 15 bear!
Holy shit.
Brian came to play this fight.
That bear did not even get knocked back. It was like, and it fell right over.
Its body flies.
Yeah, so technically it's dead bodies back here.
It's dead body flies.
Hey, I do a air high five to Lucia.
You guys are next to each other. You can high five.
All right, I want to give her a high five
as a free bonus
Sweet.
action.
I'm gonna give her like the high five thing, and I'm gonna see if she accepts it.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Yeah, she didn't leave me hanging.
All right, so that was Silver's turn. That only took us 45 minutes.
I mean, it's
no, it's good. I'd rather figure it out. So, okay, now it goes on to this guy who's going to take a swing at the Berkey right next to him because it scared the shit out of him. Let me make sure I just got the right stuff up. That is that. So he did not have time to switch his weapons. So he's actually going to go through and just drop his bow onto the ground, pull out his sword, and a 20 beats you. Yes, it does. And he hits you for 4 damage, Burke.
I'm down to 1 hit point. I need healing.
Need healing. All right, the other guy just saw his bear friend just get mutilated. And he's going to fire at the man that just took out the bear. So he fires over to Brian. Does a 13 hit you, Brian? Do you have a you're muted, Brian.
I'm sorry. I have a 13 for my AC.
Okay, so that does beat you. Since it hits the number, that does beat the AC. So he is now he's firing his He's firing his bow at you, and holy shit, he hits you for 8 points of damage.
I'm down. I'm down for sure. Medic.
Okay. So, Dalhis, it is your turn now.
It's Lucia's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am very sorry. Yeah, Lucia, it is your turn. My apologies. Thank you for. This is why I have somebody else help me out with the return order.
Lucia is going to.
Just to let, I don't know if this is something that you have or the abilities, but any type of healing magic you can do will automatically revive somebody to 1 point of health if they are in the negatives. Like Brian, you're in negatives right now, right?
-2.
So you can, regardless of what you do and how much you roll them up, you will give him that many health points if you have a healing magic. That's how I'm going to run the game. So if you heal somebody up that has, 0 hit points or less, you will heal them for the amount of points that they have.
Okay, well, I don't.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was out there.
I am going to, but I'm going to go over and I'm going to, I have a cantrip called Spare the Dying, and all I have to do is, I just have to touch the person I'm using it on, so I'm going to go over and, put my hand on Silver's forehead, and it makes him stable so that he doesn't have to throw death saving rolls.
Okay, so that
wildly appreciated.
That stabilizes Brian, but he is still not moving. He's breathing, just not moving now. Okay, now Dalhis, that's a full. Is that a full action, or do you have anything else that you can do? I'll say that since you're right next to him, because normally you get 3? You get a standard action, a move action, and a minor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that if you wanted to move, you could still move afterwards. But I wouldn't say that you'd be able to pull out a crossbow and fire at anybody.
No,
so if you want to move or anything,
I would probably just move back, maybe kind of south of the tent there.
Okay, so right here?
Yeah, right there.
So that puts you in cover. That'll make you harder to hit.
Okay.
There. Dalhis, now it's your turn.
All right, I try to attack. 20 plus, not equals, plus 6. I roll it.
Oh, he gets the crit.
Wow.
Sorry, he rolled a crit. I got excited.
I rolled a 26. Nat 20.
Okay, and so what is max damage on that?
It's a D4 for my first hit. So
D4 plus what?
Oh, plus my strength.
Yeah.
4. So 8.
Okay, so you did 8 points of damage, and you slash that goblin.
Oh,
oops, you didn't know. You weren't supposed to know what that was. Oops. You slashed the shit out of this thing, and he goes down.
I actually didn't do a damage modifier on my first roll.
Okay, so
he's dead.
that took care of him. It is now his turn. I think. No, Silver, you're dead.
It's Silver's.
It's Silver's turn, but he's stable, so he can't do anything. He just exists. So now it goes to this guy's turn. You just saw a bear get mutilated and his buddy get cleaved in half. Okay, but he's feeling brave, and he's going to, being that Silver's down, he thinks he's dead. He has a hard time looking over at Lucia, so he's going to turn his bow on Dalhis, and he fires and misses.
Oof. All right.
Lucia, it is now your turn.
Can you, I forget, in 5, can you split movement?
Define split movement.
Move, attack, move.
Yes.
As long as you don't move more than your move speed within that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
You
okay,
can. I read the rules
she's
yesterday.
Gonna step out from the tent, so the tent's not blocking her, and she's gonna fire back at him.
Okay.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I was on my spell page and had to go back up to my weapon.
I'm just sitting there on the ground going, come on, hit.
I missed.
Yep, so I don't know what you were firing, but you missed. Was it a spell or a crossbow? Yep, so you missed.
I'm gonna then step back behind the tent again.
Yep, that's why I didn't even move you. I wasn't gonna do it. Okay, and then it goes old Dalhis.
I look to Lucia, or can I yell to Lucia and ask if she has any healing?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Do you have healing? I need healing.
No.
You don't have anything?
No.
Shit.
Remember how you said you get a lot of stuff after you get off level 1, Burke?
Okay.
That goes for everybody.
Right, so So I say, I know that, and I say, well, I run up to the fucker.
I figured you would.
Yep. And I roll fucking 8. Probably miss.
Does not hit.
I go for my unarmed strike, and I get a 9. I'm gonna die.
And that does not hit either. So, then it would go silver, but dead.
But unconscious.
And so he is going to go through, and he is going to drop his bow and swing at you with his longsword. And he drops you.
God damn it.
So you are now on the ground because he did it. You only had one hit point,
I only
right?
had one.
Yeah. So no matter what, he was going to get you. So you are now down on the ground.
How many hit points do I have?
You had one, so you just go down to 0.
Okay.
And on your next turn, you'll start making saving throws, unless if Lucia can get to you. Okay, so Lucia, it's now your turn. It's a 1-on-1 matchup, basically.
Every fight of ours
Fire
is
that crossbow again for a critical hit.
Oh, fucking crit. Okay, so what's max damage that you could possibly do?
No modifiers, right?
Damage modifiers, yeah. So whatever if it's 1d8 plus your... What is it, Dex on this one?
Yeah, it'd be 1d8 plus Dex, so we're looking at 9 damage.
9 damage. You hit this fucker right in the face. And he looks like, oh, shit. But he is, and you went back to hiding?
Yes. If necessary.
Well, yeah, I would say that you probably went back and he's not dead.
Then yes, I went back into hiding.
He's still up. He's still up. So you went back into hiding, but he knows he's not going to get a good shot there on you. So he, what's his range? So he gets here and you still have a little bit of cover on the tent. He moves here to fire at you.
Okay. All right, he fires. Craig, don't it's not perfect. Don't worry.
I'm sorry. I get
don't
caught
worry
up
about
things.
that. Oh, time.
Fires and he rolls an 18. For 3 points of damage.
Ooh.
I am dead.
Ooh. All of
Total
you
party wipe.
go down.
Oh no.
He cackles as he knows he has now fallen all of you on this one.
Oh my god.
And right as light is fading from all 3 of your eyes as you see this guy walking around, you hear a massive commotion. Then for all 3 of you, everything goes black. And that's where we're leaving it for this week.
Oh, no. Oh my god. You know what?
Done.
This is nonsense. The first fight I do something and we still lose the fight. Like, god dang it.
I think the rat should have leveled me up. I killed 30 of them.
Oh,
Actually, I killed 29.
That's true. I incinerated one.
That's funny.
I guess I'll have to.
So you guys started your travel. You guys bought, or you didn't buy anything today, did you? No, you bought a map and you bought a tent. Or no, you bought the map. You guys traveled out and had a little bit of trouble there with some enemies in the nighttime.
Oh god.
You guys heard a massive commotion as everything was starting to go dark. Next week.